how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, awesome.
First of all, thank you so much for taking your time today for this interview.
Yeah, no worries.
I think we should start off maybe with a little introduction of yourself.
Well, my name is Sheldon. I'm 26. I studied Bachelor of Commerce in Business Management, and I come from Pretoria, South Africa.
All right. But now you live in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, I've been here for the past 2 years.
That's quite interesting as well to see how things differ from your home country and what you
Yeah,
might have noticed since you live in New Zealand.
yeah, very similar, very similar. Like same sporting culture and all of that, same language. Yeah, it's just a lot safer. And that's the only thing I can say. Not as dangerous.
That's good. So I prepared a couple questions, and I would say we jump right into it and start with the first question.
Awesome. All
So,
good.
what is it like, or what was it like living in South Africa in terms of like housing, family life, religion? Is it quite dangerous?
Yeah. Well, first of all, South Africa is a rainbow nation. It's very diverse, culture, people, all that kind of thing. Um, we've got 11 official languages, so you can see it is quite diverse. Yeah, it is quite dangerous. We have house communities, and because of the poverty is there's 50% above 50% live below the poverty line. So you can imagine that crime rates are quite high, and people are just trying to survive. But yeah, there was quite a big divide since 1994 because of the apartheid prior to 1994. And it's Nelson Mandela, you obviously got us out of that, and we're just trying to correct that to this day. But yeah, otherwise, it's all right living. New Zealand's a lot better.
Okay. What would you say is typical South African culture-wise?
um, For me, personally, I'm not like full on African, like, Black African, where they do all like the patterns and dances and that kind of thing. I can't do that. We are more like inclined to have like a barbecue with some drinks and all that kind of thing. Just get together, family, friends. It's quite a big thing. Just we enjoy meat. We're big meat eaters.
That's nice. Who
Yeah,
doesn't love a good barbecue and some ice cold drink?
exactly. Exactly. With friends, get on the sesh.
Yeah. Okay. So, in terms of communication, what would you say is the South African communication? Is there any difference between the Western communication style, maybe?
No, I wouldn't say that because we were colonized by the Dutch in the 1600s and we then taken over by the Brits in the late 1700s. So they ideally like move towards our modernization and industrialization era, that kind of thing. So everything's inclined, it like follows that kind of pattern. So same principles, all of that. So I wouldn't say that we are different to that. It's mostly our part of communication is that kind of um, range of
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
So
more
ideally the same.
reserved, like formal,
Yeah,
um,
100%. Yeah,
and
it's not
not
like
too
a full on.
hectic, like with a lot of gestures and stuff. It's
No,
more
not at all.
reserved.
Yeah, it's more like just straightforward to the point. It's very similar to Western European culture.
Okay. Coming to the fourth question, and one of the most important topics of this interview, the negotiation profile. Since you studied international management, you probably had to conduct some negotiations already in the past
Yeah.
and are probably aware of the general negotiation habits. Um, what do you think is special about negotiations in South Africa?
Mm, well, probably quick ones that I can mention is probably like the traditional African, like Black African community. The old school, like it's called the bola, where they make offerings of, cows and things like that for father's daughter, or yeah, and they kind of do that negotiation style, like 1 5 cows for your daughter to hand a marriage, that kind of thing. Politically, I would say there's a thing called broad-based Black economic empowerment. That's to correct the apartheid era where they actually encourage people, like Black people, to be more in business and enable for you to be able to do business with the government. Let's say you have to reach a certain quota of like 51% Black owned and stuff like that, just to get them, more balanced towards, the rest of South Africa, mostly white people. So that's a pretty good thing. From Western European style, it's just a normal, like formal, building trust, kind of that thing, knowing the hierarchy, knowing who's making decision making, working on that kind of thing, being formal, all that traditional handshakes, formal wear, all that kind of thing, meeting up with the cost benefits analysis, that kind of thing, because we are like cost conscious and that kind of thing, more in a third world country, as like South Africa.
Yeah. So kind of like bargain hunters.
Yeah.
Price
100%.
But also,
100%.
I think I heard something about relationships. I think your is there like it's both quite important to you, right?
Yeah, 100%, because of the trust based on, I think, like everything goes on, like our crime rates and all that kind of thing. It's like who who you can trust, and that's a big thing in South Africa. Very big.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, one last, in terms of gender, like here in Europe, it's more equal nowadays. It's still like we're still dealing with gender inequality, but how is it in South Africa? Is it?
It's still getting there, to be honest. It's more men are still in the top positions, so they're still trying to get that whole idea of women getting up there. So it's more man-to-man negotiations at this point. It's just through our culture that you deal like that, but they are trying to push for females. It's not quite there yet, unfortunately.
Okay, so it still needs some development there. Do you have any recommendations for negotiating with a person from South Africa? Some to-dos or not to-dos?
I would say you wouldn't bring up any political or social situations. That's a very sensitive topic because of what happened in the past. And I wouldn't make any offerings in the initial stage, in the introduction, because it comes across as a bribe, which a lot happens in South Africa. So some people are sensitive towards that. You don't really want to initiate in that kind of field. It's quite dangerous, legally, all that kind of thing. Do's, again, just trust. Like you really need to build trust. And I would say that's probably the biggest thing people are
probably be aware that they are cost conscious, so maybe plan in advance for that.
Exactly. Have go in there with a reservation points and have a win-win situation rather than being greedy or anything like that, because people will go shop hunting or like price hunting kind of thing. So don't be greedy, get a win-win situation, have your reservation points.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Short and sweet. Yeah, no worries. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.